How long have we been planning this project now?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Almost a year, just for planning. Just talking about it, doing layouts.
Things take time.
Picking out materials,
Yeah.
deciding where things go. It's a long time.
Sistine Chapel wasn't done in a day.
So you've got the fridge, it's basically in the hallway. It's not really in the kitchen. You've got a lot of tight space here. You've got the microwave up above your head, and then you've got like all of this room that's sort of disjointed. You've got a cabinet on the other side of the opening. You've got cabinets over here, which is a lot of storage, but not easy to get to when there's people sitting in those chairs. So one thing we want to do is get the fridge out of the hallway, get the kitchen all together. This is the narrowest part of the kitchen, and this is the widest part of the kitchen. Right now, having cabinets on this side, cabinets on that side, and an island, like it fits, but it's tight. So if we move everything down here, we get more width, which is what we need to be able to walk around this kitchen comfortably. Luna, that's gross. Project's all demoed. Now we're ready to start insulating and start closing it up, but there's a few things that we found as we were working that we weren't expecting. Getting the plumbing from here into my little bay was, you know, we needed a little bit more room, so this wall ended up getting thicker. But there's gonna be a huge window here, so we'll make like a little bench. It's gonna be cute. And part of the reason why we had to build it out so much is because there was also plumbing for the upstairs that was below the ceiling, and I didn't want to do another soffit. So now this way, everything's kind of hidden inside the walls, and we don't have to do any soffits.
So as you can see up here, in these bays, see all this plumbing? Well, it has to go this way and it has to come down somehow because it follows gravity. So those 3-4 bays that have pipes in them, they all follow this. And it comes down and down and down to the basement.
All the plumbing is hidden now.
And right here was the old location for the stove.
Right.
But now, it moved.
You're a refrigerator now.
I'm a fridge now.
The new stove location is here,
So we went from here to way across the way over there.
all the way over here.
Seems simple in theory, like we're just moving it from here to here. But there's some challenges that go with that. Right, Susan?
Right, because now we're on an inside wall and we need to vent the hood outside. And right in the very exact spot where I want to put the stove, we can't vent the hood outside because, again, there's plumbing and other things in the way. So the only place we could get it out was to move it over to this bay, which is going to be a little bit of a problem because now this vent hangs below the ceiling.
Right.
And the cabinetry here is 5 inches from the ceiling, which is too close. So now I have to come up with something to keep a normal size hood and hide that. So that's going to be fun. Things are moving along. There's trim going on the outside. All the windows have been installed. Walls are up, cabinets are in, and Dave and Paul are working on installing the hood. We did a bell curve design. I'm excited to see how we're going to make it all come together.
Is the picture window really the window or just a picture of myself?
I think what you're seeing, Paul, is just reflecting back on yourself because this is where the sink used to be. And one of the changes that we made was getting the sink out of here because the old kitchen was super tight. So one of the changes we made was to open up this whole wall, put a huge picture window. It's nice, it lets in a ton of light. We opened all of this up, relocated the fridge here. So we have a paneled refrigerator, storage on top, storage on both sides. So this is really a lot more functional now because now you're walking in and you have a pathway. So the fridge is here now, and let's go take a look at what we did where the fridge used to be. There was storage, there was a closet, so we took all of that out and we just made this a totally separate space. We have a wet bar with a separate faucet. We did these fun oak shelves with these rails. We did the tile up top to the ceiling. We did some fun sconces. We did extra thick countertops. And then we also brought the backsplash all the way up here.
That's not even the most fun part of this whole area.
It's not, there's still more fun here.
What you think probably opens like this.
And it does. But then
it goes inside. And you have your coffee area.
There's also an under-counter fridge here. So this is very functional, second sink, a ton of storage, open shelving. So there's a lot of things packed into this little space. So across from the wet bar is the half bathroom. And this was already here. We didn't do a ton of changes in here. The changes in here were more cosmetic. We replaced the vanity, Brought in this nice bright green color. We kept the thick countertops in here. We did fun faucets with the cross handles. But the biggest change in here, besides a fun checkered floor, is the laundry area, because before the laundry was inside a closet. So we removed the entire opening, removed the doors, installed a countertop, added some cabinet storage, added some hanging. So this is open now, but a lot more functional.
One thing that you forgot to mention was this floor, because it looks sick.
This herringbone pattern is throughout the whole kitchen, matches the stain in the rest of the first floor. And as we're here, we are getting to the sink because we took the stove and the sink out of that corner and we had to find somewhere else for it to go. So this is where the slider used to be. We didn't really have any great long kitchen walls to work with. We had to create spaces. So it was a lot of planning, but in the end, I think it actually worked out really nice. We have this big window that looks out to the back. We have some fun things in here too that we did.
We do, actually. So what, if you had to guess, where's the dishwasher?
Where's the dishwasher?
It's here. So we were able to match this panel so it would mirror the other side, so this whole run has symmetry to it.
Because of this angle, each corner cabinet is like a triangle inside. So we had to have some custom cabinets built to make this all work. But I just love how much light is in here. I love those sconces. But since we took the slider out of here, we had to put it somewhere because they still need to get outside. So we just moved it down a little bit. This was nice that the deck was configured in such a way that we were able to relocate it so they still have easy access to the outside from the main living area, and we were able to use this wall for the sink. So I think this worked out really well. We relocated the stove and we ended up putting it on this wall. We had to lengthen this wall, reduce the opening to the dining room so that we would have enough room to fit all of the things that we wanted to fit. A 36-inch range, having the cabinetry on both sides, and having this hood, which, do you want to talk about the hood, Paul?
The hood's like version 2.
Initially, when we were talking about the design for this wall, we had a curved hood. And once the hood went up, it just didn't feel quite right. It wasn't quite the look. I said, you know, we have another project that this hood would actually work perfectly in. So we were able to still use it because it was still a beautiful hood. And we were able to put this one in instead. So sometimes as you're going through the process, that happens where you maybe have something in your mind and then it goes up and it doesn't feel quite right, so you got to adjust. It fit much better with everything that we were trying to achieve, making sure that we had room for the shelf and the pot filler and the quartz backsplash. And what about these cabinets that just go all the way to the ceiling?
So accessible. It's still a nice area to cook. Again, you can put spices and things up here out of the way while you got hot oil burning on you. You know, it's nice. It's a nice setup.
We started off with a challenging space. We had short walls. We didn't have a lot of great space to work with. So we had to really work through, what is this going to look like? What do we have to do to achieve the look that we're going after? But I think in the end, I personally am very happy with how this came out and how it looks.
Stunning. It's beautiful. I mean, hands down, they're very happy. We're happy. It works for them. That's the goal. So
we're all happy.
Check this one off the list.